There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the NFC East. But there's one team that's not making a big shakeup. But they are making a big shakeup. It is, without a shout out, the Dallas Cowboys. And with that being said, cue the music. Welcome to the Skybox, where we give our epic perspective in an imperfect sports world. Now, let me introduce you to the coldest panel in the game. First, I'm going to tell you right now, he runs through my veins, y'all. My guy, Daryl T. What's good with you, fella?
And highly favored, as always. You already know.
All right, no, you know I know. My guy. Next, he's back. You already know who he is. He's the coach of the Skybox. My guy, Coach Twilight. What's good with you, fella?
Well, we about to make an epic return to an epic show, but my comeback is going to be epic for the new season.
All right, you already know. You know I got the coldest panel in the game. You know I got the coldest podcast in the game. So you know what you need to do. Hit that like and subscribe button. It's only $3.99. There hasn't been much of a shakeup when it comes to this team. But there has been a shakeup because when it comes down to it, they're looking into their future. But let's just get right into with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the one thing I would have to agree is with this. If the Dallas Cowboys have a strong run game, they're a really good team, without a shadow of a doubt. Well, they got rid of Tony Pollard, and he brought back this guy that production's down a little bit, but with the good old line, it might ramp up again. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about Ezekiel Elliott. What do you guys think about you guys getting Zeke back for this upcoming season, Daryl?
I mean, I think it was a better selection than anybody that was in that running back room, to tell you the truth. And that's not saying that it was even a good selection. It was just good based on what was already there. So, I mean, but I don't think we really had a good running game last year. I could recall Tony Pollard only had 100-yard game, and that happened to be in the Arizona Cardinals game. That game was a debacle. So, I mean, I don't think the run game is as strong as other teams, but I don't think our offense is designed for it to be. Last year, Dak was second in MVP, and it doesn't look like that is a bad formula, just not a successful one. So we'll see where that one gets. And I think the chemistry between Zeke and Dak is actually something that you can't really see on paper. So that might be a little different. Remember, Zeke's the best blocking running back in the league. That hasn't changed. He was the lead receiver on the Patriots. Let's go. Come on. Know your numbers. You got to know your numbers.
Let me ask you this, Coach Twilight. When it comes down to what he's been saying, and I like some of the points that he's making, like Dak and Zeke have that chemistry. He catches out of the backfield. He showed some light when he was with New England. But do you need more than just Zeke in that backfield?
It's always good to have a two-headed monster, and the chemistry between Zeke and Dak is cute, but it ain't won me no rings. And Troy had a good chemistry. They won me 3. Understand, when you have a dominant back that can just take over the game, then you can start to tell me something special. So until then, yes, I would go with a two-headed monster because Zeke is not a 25 carry back. Not anymore. He's a swing back, shifty back. He doesn't have that full potential that he used to, and he's injury prone. So, with that being said, I need something else. And I was kind of disappointed that we didn't try to find something in the draft to be able to get ready to replace the new season of the running game.
That's pretty in depth, And if you like their comment, if you like what they're saying, comment below. With all that being said, you guys got some drama going on down there in Dallas. We got contracts coming up, big name contracts need to be coming up. Let's start with who I think you guys should be paying first. CeeDee Lamb. Now he's sitting back right now. If he goes into this last season, he's around, I'm going to say roughly 14 million he'll be playing for. He's looking into right now, he wants that $32, $35 million range. Right now, he's in a holdout for minicamp. Do you think you can even see him holding out, possibly going into the season? Daryl?
I mean, I see it. You know what I mean. If he does, he does. A lot of times with football, we feel like we have the mindset of agents, and we need to dig into the business. When the business usually gets kind of washed out the way that it always does. Maybe an outside example would be Le'Veon Bell, but those things like that don't like people don't like. Oh, I'm going to take off a year in football. Like things like that don't happen. So however that happens on the business side, I think CeeDee Lamb deserves the money. Tell you the truth, I mean, Micah Parson, you're not the best defensive player in the league. TJ Watt is. You're not the best player ever. So the contracts that they would gain wouldn't make sense more than CeeDee being the best receiver. It's arguable in the league.
I'm looking at another quarterback out there. He's getting in a contract dispute right now. He's right now walking in a booth. That didn't look pretty good, but he's not. He's saying that it's nothing. So I'm gonna take him for his word. But my question to you is, Coach Twilight, does Dak got the Cowboys by a stranglehold right now?
No, because this is why he's in his last year. Jerry's pretty smart. He's gonna give him what he wants right now. If Dak gets the Super Bowl, Dak gets the world. I never understand these things. You're with the America's team, which is really starting to lose its luster. But you're with the most notable franchises that will pay the quarterback once you produce. And nowadays, they're paying quarterbacks and they don't have to produce. And that's what's killing us right now.
Let me ask you this question. Daryl, I'll give you 3 players, and I want you to give me in the order you would pay them. Money doesn't matter. Micah, Dak, and CeeDee Lamb. How are you going to pay? Who's getting paid first, second, and third?
CeeDee, Micah, Dak.
CeeDee, Micah, and Dak. Coach,
And Dak only if you win the NFC Championship, or he ain't even on the list. He ain't gonna get paid if they don't make it to the championship, the conference championship. He ain't gonna get paid. There's no way. They would have already paid him. Why would they wait to pay him more? If not, like, all right, bro, you gotta do something. And if you don't, go get your money out in Las Vegas. Do your thing. Maybe it's not Dak's fault. Maybe it is the Cowboys. But at the end of this year, like, we'll see.
I got a question for you, Coach Twilight. I'm gonna predict the future here. Cowboys don't win the NFC Championship. That puts Mike McCarthy out the door. Dak Prescott doesn't do what he needs to do. He goes out the door. I'm going to throw these 2 names at you as a coach and a player. Deion Sanders as your head coach for the Dallas Cowboys, and you got Shador as your quarterback. Talk to me.
That's some bad gumbo, baby. That's some bad gumbo. You don't want that. Dion don't, and I would love to have Dion, but Dion is not built for the NFL. He's good to hype up these kids to get them ready. Shador, I can take Shador, but it would take a lot because, to be honest with you, he's going in the top 10 next year.
Absolutely. That's why I wanted to throw that. I wanted to throw that one out there because I don't think that's not too far-fetched. I do not think that's too far-fetched. Let me ask you this, Daryl. You were discussing about the one defensive lineman, and you said he's not the best, but we should pay him. Talk about Micah. Micah Parson should definitely be paid. In my sense, I think he should be number one because he might even give you that little discount that you need that could put others where they need to be. But at the end of the day, if you pay Dak, you guys are really under the salary cap if you pay Dak first. What's your thought about that?
I mean, I don't think, like I said, I don't think they're paying Dak. I think they're dangling the contract out. This is the only leverage that Dak got was the fact that he got that second place in MVP last year. If it was based on the year before, we would be looking good. But like I said, Dak got to do something. I don't think Micah is going to take a discount. I don't think any of them are going to take a discount because for some reason, no one takes a discount in the league, and everyone thinks they should get paid like the best defensive player or the best receiver or the best quarterback / player. And it's starting to get ridiculous where it's like, bro, like you doing something at the end of the day that kids do at recess. You know what I mean? Like kids do this at like I get the health concerns, but you know what I'm saying? Like you can't keep food on the table for over 50 mil. Like, come on.
Yeah. Coach, I want to ask you this last question. Because this has been a tumultuous all season from you guys. I mean, you guys are hearing contract here, this, that, and the third. Now Dak in a walking boot. Then you're hearing CeeDee Lamb wants to get paid. I mean, this is just, it could be too much. What would make the Dallas fans a little more comfortable with this all season?
But all that stuff you were talking, I'm going to have to take some Alka-Seltzer for that one. Woo, that's too much for me to deal with. Super Bowl. That's it. No discussion.
Super Bowl or bust?
Super Bowl. No discussion.
That's it.
Me and Daryl don't agree too often.
We're done. We're not playing around no more.
So let me ask you two this. Both of you are in agreement that it is Super Bowl or bust.
If no Super Bowl, Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott, you could see your exit stage left. Because it's like it's over. Like what more are you go try another scheme? Like it's the same book. I keep reading the same chapter every single year. I'm done reading the same book. I can't get no different book.
And they then hired their new head coach as a defensive coordinator.
No.
Well, you heard the Cowboys fans. You hear what's going on back down there in big old Dallas. With that being said, I want to thank you for watching the Skybox exclusively on YouTube. If you have any thoughts, questions, or concerns, email us at the number one Skybox at gmail.com. It's the coldest panel in the game, y'all. I got Daryl T. I got Coach Twilight. And you know who I am. I'm Michael C., the source of life over the mic. I'm going to leave you with these 4 words. Now let's make it epic.
You don't win games on paper.
Let's make this epic. If you like this episode, think about what we predicted who was going to win the NFC East right here.